What up everybody, it's your boy John and today we're doing a story time video. So first off, before we start the story time, I just want to say I apologize for not uploading for 4 weeks. To be honest, I haven't been really motivated to make videos because of basically personal problems like home issues with school and all that. So that's really why I haven't been uploading, and I'm going to start uploading now because I feel better. I watched a movie today that always motivates me every time I feel down. I watch this movie. It's called Never Back Down. It's awesome. If you've never seen it, you should check it out. And yeah, it motivated me. I'm gonna start making videos, and here's my story time of when I got robbed at gunpoint. Alright, so here goes the story. I was coming home from a program that I was going to at the time in a city that I used to live in. I used to live in Newark, which is a city in New Jersey if you're not familiar with that. And I was with a friend who lived in the same area as me. So after we got off the bus, we started walking towards her place. I was walking her home and everything was fine. Everything was safe, nice, you know, because we lived in a nice area. She lived more closer to like north than me, but I lived in a nice area, you know, suburban. Nothing bad happens. Never seen nothing happen, never heard of anything happen. So yeah, just walking home. So after I walked her home, I'm walking home and I'm bored, have nothing to do. It's just boring. So I take out my phone and I call a few people. Some didn't answer, one girl answered. So me and my friend started talking on the phone. I don't remember how the conversation went or whatever it was. We had 9 points to the story, but we're talking on the phone. So we're walking home and I never thought to like look back or like turn, check my surroundings. Never thought of that because I never needed to where I lived. Like it was just never that type of environment where I needed to check my surroundings. Like when I lived in Newark, the bad city, I always had to turn my back, look around because I know there was people out there trying to like rob and stuff. I knew the circumstances, like I knew how the area was. It was bad. I'm sure most of you know a city like that wherever you live, where you have to literally check your surroundings and stuff to make sure you don't get hurt or whatever, or make sure nothing bad happens. So with that mindset of not looking around, I was not aware if anyone was following me or if anyone was like watching me, you know. I never had that mindset, that thought never came to my mind. So I'm walking, talking on the phone, and I walk for like, let's say 15 minutes, I'm like halfway home. I'm walking and the street's kind of dark and there's street lights and everything. Nobody's around, nobody's outside. Yeah, there's cars, like a few cars driving up and down the street as I'm talking on the phone. And I didn't get no strange feeling. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel worried. I was just walking home like I always do. And this was like 2 days a week I went to this program. 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it wasn't even nighttime either. Like this was during February. This was in wintertime. This was like the week before the Super Bowl. So over here, and I'm pretty sure this is everywhere, but like in the winter time it gets dark pretty early. So it was like 6 o'clock, I want to say 6 o'clock. It's dark outside, like it looks like 10 o'clock, but it's like 6 o'clock. So I'm walking, talking on the phone, and as I'm walking, like I noticed at the corner of my eye someone's crossing the street. And I didn't think anything of it because, you know, that happens. People cross the street, you know, nothing crazy. But as I turned, this man, let me tell you, let me describe this man to you. He's wearing all black. Black pants, black shoes, black hoodie, black mask, all black. This man, this is what he does. I'm talking on the phone. I turn. This man pulled up his shirt, showed his gun, and pointed at me. And he put it right on my chest. And the funny thing is like everything, not funny, but the scariest thing is like I never seen a gun in person. I never felt the gun. Never ever had any type of experience with guns except for in Call of Duty and GTA 5. Video games basically is the closest thing I got to a gun, which doesn't really count because that's fake. That's on a TV screen. So everything kind of happened like a movie. Like everything was slow motion. I'm on the phone. Like I'm moving slower in time than he is. So I'm like this. and he's just like pulls it out on me from like his waist or whatever, pulls it out on me and puts it on my chest. My heartbeat never felt like that in my life. I was so scared. Like, you guys have no idea. I might sound like a bitch, but I was like in shock and I was scared. Like, I was frozen. I didn't know what to do, what to say. I was just like this, still on the phone. I don't remember if my friend was saying hello, hello, but like I was like, oh my God, I am about to die today. So he puts it on my chest, right? He's like, give me your phone, bitch. I'm just playing. He didn't say give me your phone, bitch, but he said, he didn't say that, but he said, give me your phone. That's what he said. So most people will be thinking, oh, why don't you just hit him? Why don't you smack the gun? Why don't you take the gun away from him? Why don't you run? Something like that. What you don't understand is some other people could relate to this probably. I was in shock. I was frozen. I couldn't move. I was fucking terrified. So this is what I did. I have my phone and I'm turned like this actually. I'm not looking at you guys, but I'm turned looking at him like, I just gave it to him. I gave him the phone. And here's the thing, right? I didn't have a crazy phone at the time. I don't even have a crazy phone today. I have an Android today. Back in the day, 2 years ago, I had a fucking iPhone 4S. An iPhone 4S. This man's was robbing me for an iPhone 4S. So I gave him the phone, right? Here's what really fucked with my mind. I gave him the phone, right? And I'm still on a phone call. He takes my phone. He turns around. He starts walking down the street. I'm walking backwards away to make sure he doesn't shoot me because I just saw him, what he looked like. So I'm walking backwards. I'm scared, bro. I don't know what to do. I'm fucking scared as shit. Like, I was scared. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I was scared as fuck. So this man is walking the opposite direction down the street. He's like, thank you, man. Thank you. And he walks down the street. So I'm like, what the fuck just happened to me? This man came up to me with a gun pointing at my chest, talking about, oh, give me your phone. He walks away, he's like, thank you, man, thank you. But it's not like how he just said, give me your phone, like robbing. He said it like a thug. This man walked away saying, thank you, like I just saved his life or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck just happened to me? So he's walking all the way, I'm walking another way. As soon as I don't see him no more, I take off, I start running. I'm like, yo, I gotta run home and tell my dad, tell somebody about this. So I get like 2-3 blocks down the street from where I got robbed. There's this guy get out in his car, he's about to go in his house. I'm like, oh, he looks like a nice businessman. He might help me out. So I go up to the guy, right? And I'm like, excuse me, sir, can I use your cell phone? He looks at me like, use my cell phone? For what? I'm like, in my head, I'm like, Jesus, man, why you be so rude? So I'm like, I gotta use your phone, sir. I gotta use it. I just got robbed down the street at gunpoint. Can I call my dad? Please, can I use your phone? He's like, really? You got robbed? And I guess he didn't believe me because this neighborhood is so nice. Like, you wouldn't expect someone to go. I was like, sir, I'm scared shitless. Like, can I please use your phone? I don't have a phone. So he lets me use it, and he's literally, he pulls out his phone, he gives it to me, and he's standing right in front of me because I guess he felt like I was gonna rob him, but I just got robbed. I'm not gonna rob you. I'm scared as fuck. Like, I can't do anything. So I call, and my dad's like, John, what happened? And I'm like, I just got robbed at gunpoint. Can you come pick me up? He's like, where? I tell him where I'm at. So pulls up, like, kind of took him long, to be honest. It took him like 10 minutes, and we lived like 2 minutes away driving. So anyway, he picks me up, and I'm sitting on the curb. The guy that let me use his phone, he just walks in the house, looks at me like I'm not serious. So he goes in the house, I'm sitting on the curb, and like, I'm just looking like a sad person. Like, I just got robbed, bro. Like, I just got robbed. Like, I had nothing else to think. And it's fun. And actually, a friend of mine at the time, he was driving, and he saw me on the curb. He's like, John, what happened? I'm like, bro, I just got robbed down. She's like, no way, you got robbed? I'm like, yeah, man, I got robbed down the street. Like life sucks right now. Basically, I look like the saddest person ever. So it's like, damn man, I hope you get your phone back. So my dad comes, he picks me up, and we go to the police station. You know, we fill out the police report. And actually, that night the police were like, oh, what did he look like? Because they said they had another report of someone getting robbed. So they asked me to describe it. I told him what he was wearing. I said what he looked like. He was like, was he black, Spanish? I'm like, nah, he looked white, but I guess he could have been Spanish. I don't know. He wasn't black. So yeah, they told me to describe him the best I can, like what he was wearing. He had a beard. And yeah, so they told me like where it happened and stuff. And here's a cool thing, like where it was. I was robbed in front of like a corner store. I don't know if you guys have this where you live. My cousins, they live in Maryland. They don't have this, but we have a corner store. And there's a camera outside the corner store. And he said, oh, maybe it recorded what happened. So I'm like, all right, cool, that works. So I described, fill out the police report. I told him what happened. I had an iPhone 4S. And he actually asked us, did we try to track these and find my iPhone? And we told him, yeah, we tried. And yeah, I forgot to mention that I did try to find my iPhone, my dad's iPhone, and the shit said disconnected, I think, like meaning he turned it off and I can't track it. So yeah, that's the night that happened. I go to school the next day and I tell my friends about it. They're like, John, what the fuck? You're strong, you're fast. You should have either hit him and ran, or you should have just smacked this gun and ran. You should have did something. I'm like, bro, I was scared at the time. Like, you don't understand. I was freaking scared. Like, I'm not the type of dude in a scary situation to just knock somebody out or like take off. Like, I was scared as shit. So yeah, at school they would tell me that stuff, and then the police, they hit me up with a letter sent to my house. Like, I forget, it was 2 years ago. I don't remember how long it took, but it took like maybe a couple weeks. They hit me up back with a letter in my house, and they said to come down to the police, and we talked about it, and they told me that they had a couple like people that they wanted me to come in and see if it was him. Like, you know, basically to come in and see and pick out the guy who I think did it. And I told them like, nah, it's cool, bro. Like, it's an iPhone 4S, no big deal. Yeah, I was robbed, but I'm not gonna sweat it, you know. It's just an iPhone 4S. At the time, I think the iPhone 6 just came out. So that summer, I ended up getting the iPhone 6S, I believe. Yeah. Or, no, not that summer, that Christmas, like in December. Because the iPhone 6 already came out and the iPhone 6S came out later that year. So yeah, I ended up getting an iPhone 6S later that year. So I went from an iPhone 4S to an iPhone 6S. So if I didn't get robbed, I wouldn't have gotten the iPhone 6S later that year. So I kind of thank him. Well, not really. Getting robbed is never a good experience, but I got an iPhone 6S later that year. So yeah. The moral of the story, guys, is to always watch your surroundings no matter what. Even if you're in a good suburban area, because shit goes down everywhere. And yeah, watch your back. Look everywhere, because anything could happen. This world's crazy, man. And it's the end of my story time when I got robbed at gunpoint. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Honestly, this is my first story time. I plan on doing one of these a week, and I'll try to mix it up with different videos, but I'm gonna start doing story times. Go down and smash that like button, leave a comment. I read all comments and reply. Go watch my other videos, they're pretty good. And subscribe and click that bell notification so you can know when my videos come up, because sometimes YouTube doesn't show you my videos. And follow me in my socials, links will be down below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.